go to the next one. We haven't gotten to the show yet.
I like that we're doing the reviews first.
I do too. I like going through these. Gives us free time to talk. But you know what I'm never going to be again? As young as I was when I watched The Fountain of Youth. Ooh.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. This is going to be fun.
So The Fountain of Youth, it's a new adventure film, treasure hunt adventure film, much in the wake or vein of Indiana Jones or the National Treasure movies, things like that. Big spectacle type adventure movies that we know and we love. Alan Quartermain back out there. This one stars John Krasinski, Natalie Portman, his brother and sister duo, who were big time adventurers and historians and such, treasure hunters with their father. And now that he's passed away, they've been a bit estranged. Isa Gonzalez plays a shadowy type of figure who has to come in and try and thwart Krasinski at every turn as he's going through. And then Domhnall Gleeson plays the man funding the whole thing to try and save his own life with the Fountain of Youth. This was a movie. So I gave this a 2 out of 5. And the reason I did that is because Fountain of Youth for me it has a lot of spectacle, has a lot of adventure, has a lot of personality. It has a lot of the right fits for a good National Treasure or Indiana Jones type of adventure movie. And I think that's a great thing. But what really lost me was it took it too fantastic. It borderlines Crystal Skull this. And that's where I was like, kind of like, I wish it was just a bit more grounded. I wish that granted they're finding the Fountain of Youth, but we always know that these fantastical elements that these people are finding in these movies can never truly be shown to the world. Something has to happen where it goes hidden forever. They're the only ones that ever found it. It is what it is. This movie ripped off a lot from like Raiders of the Lost Ark, and mostly in terms of, it's visual effects, things like that. Not as good though. Not as good. And it also took a lot from National Treasure and what it was trying to tell. And again, it's a globe-trotting, interesting bit, but the algorithm writing these bugs me because it adds every element. You got the brother and you got the sister. Then you have the love interest in there who's throwing kinks in it. Then you have like this billionaire who you like, but clearly is a red herring for the bad guy. And I could say spoiler alert, but is he? Go watch it. You'll see. But there's a few other elements in there. There's a little kid in there, the whole 9 yards. The villain in this was just really non-existent at some point. Like the villain in this was just kind of purposeless. And that kind of bugged me a little bit because it was like I felt like you could have really built on a good villain. All right. We don't have to do the same as Indy. We don't have to do the same as National Treasure. It could just be other people looking for the Fountain of Youth, but they're bad, Mm-hmm. Honestly, with this cast, I probably would have set this in like the 20s. I thought that would have been interesting. Something like a Mummy type of feel. If you're going to go with the supernatural route. But since it was set in modern day and the Fountain of Youth for some reason I can't even remember where it was. It's not in America. I think it was like in London or something. It was so weird. So like you don't even remember all of the elements that go into it because it really does take you on this whole thing that like and I made sure to watch National Treasure after this because I was like, that's a good one. That's a really solid adventure story. So I wanted to see the beats.
Right.
The beats do not match up. There's too many beats Fountain of Youth. So it really just got a 2 out of 5 for me. I wish it was better. It has the elements. If it does well, maybe you'll get another one and I'll actually get somebody who writes a good one. But also Krasinski was really quirky and like too quirky at times. Like I wish he was a little more debonair than quirky. Mm-hmm. The Jim from Dunder Mifflin role just needs to go away. Every time I see him on screen, it's sort of some variation of Jim, like he's the all-American boy, and it's like, calm down, all right. Reed Richards was an alcoholic. Play it like that, something like that. But like, Fountain of Youth for me was sort of a whiff. I love adventure stories too, so I was really hopeful. But Paul, what did you think of it?
I really wanted to like it. Problem is kind of like exactly what you just said. Those two comparisons, you could see everything they pulled from those movies. And I get there's only so much you can do with adventure movies, but try to come up with something new. Don't make it look like you just literally just watched those two movies back to back, took little spark notes from it, and we're like, all right, we're just going to throw it together in this movie. So it got annoying. So probably about halfway through, even Sam and I were sitting there like, well, we're committed now, but it's just like now we want to watch the good ones, like you said, just because this was just a recycled version of those that was watered down just wasn't that enjoyable. There is a lot of unrealistic things, and I get you guys were searching for the Fountain of Youth, so I get it's unrealistic. But when you're shooting 50 cals at someone like 20 yards away, and it's barely like divoting a car, I'm like, what? Like
the air's going to take you. The air will take an arm off. Like yeah. There's a lot of unrealistics. Like sometimes going bigger doesn't work, and like we need the biggest gun to be the most threatening. It's like, do you? Guns are threatening. I'm not afraid of the gun. I'm afraid of the bullets that are coming out of it. Like that's
right.
So it's kind of like, whatever they're going to hold on to. Now I get it. Like if you're not going to make it a laser gun or something that doesn't exist, why do we have to go with a 50 cal? You're right, because they're just 20, 30, 40, whatever it is. I don't care what number. You just needed like an AK and you're good. It's still just threatening. Just every element, to kind of compare it to the Final Reckoning, which just came out, which I for my review for that was more so that I felt like it was too many stunts. It didn't rely enough on exposition to help kind of guide. Same with this movie. I felt like they just relied too much on stunts, stunt worthy stuff and things like that. And it's like, I want the heart. Like the Mummy, the best parts of the Mummy aren't just the amazing CGI for 1999. It's the connection between the characters.
Yes.
I love Indiana Jones, same way. National Treasure, same way. Like, you love the connection between the characters. I was just commenting on National Treasure, by the way, as a comparison about how good Sean Bean is as a villain in that movie. There's at one point a kid bumps into him, and he just like smiles and like he's just like, hey, it's all right, kid, don't worry about it. And he's the villain of the movie, and he's chilling in it. You watch it and you're like, oh man, he's kind of but then he smiles at the kid and he's like, this is a charming dude. This is a great villain. Mm-hmm. This is a villain with layers, and you don't get that anymore. Now I feel like either every villain has to have a story so that way we have sympathy for him, or they're faceless and stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, a good villain will help your movie go a long way. And this one didn't have it. So 2 it is. Not to mention it was like an ending that I called from like a mile away. Yeah. The minute the guy came on screen, I'm like, yep, I know who he is. I know how this is going to work. I know
that first dream sequence. I was like, okay, I know the choice now. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Let me get my phone for a minute.
Found the Youth was just one that I did not love. I'd love to hear what you guys think, though. Thanks for watching our review. Let us know.